Why does it feel like no matter how much you earn, the money just disappears? You get paid, you celebrate a little, maybe a nice dinner, some overdue groceries, a bill or two knocked off. Then, before you know it, there's a week left until payday, and a sinking feeling in your stomach. It's not that you're lazy, you work hard, you might even be earning more than you did a few years ago. But somehow, your lifestyle has grown with your income. Life got more expensive. The raises were supposed to help, but now you're wondering where it all went, and most of all, how to stop feeling stuck in this endless, tiring cycle. This is the paycheck-to-paycheck trap, and escaping it, for good, is one of the most liberating feelings you will ever experience. In this video, we're going to walk you through the mindset shifts, tactical plays, and everyday strategies that can help you break out of the cycle, quietly, effectively, and permanently. Not theoretical advice, not motivational fluff. We're talking real-world proven approaches that people just like you have used to go from stretched thin and stressed out to stable, secure, and building wealth under the radar. Let's begin with a little story. Meet Jake. 5 years ago, Jake was making around $55,000 a year working in IT. He wasn't reckless with money. He paid his bills, rarely splurged, and even skipped things most of his friends did. Fancy phones, vacations, nights out. But still, every month ended the same way. A few $100s in the account, maybe less. No real savings, no momentum, just repetition. What changed for him wasn't winning the lottery. It wasn't a huge promotion. It wasn't a windfall. It was awareness. He did something most people never do. He tracked every dollar for 30 days. Seems simple, right? But when Jake saw it on paper, his subscriptions, the snacks at gas stations, the just this once online purchases, the forgotten memberships, he was stunned. It wasn't that he didn't make enough. It was that money was leaking out in ways he'd never truly examined. That's the first big realization for most people who escape the paycheck trap. You don't need to double your income to change your life. You just need to control what already flows through your hands. Let's explore that further. Step 1. Awareness. Real awareness. Not guesses, not ballparks. Cold, hard data. Track everything. Spending, income, habits. For 1 full month. No shame, no self-judgment, just observation. This is the mirror that lets you see clearly. You can't fix what you won't face, which brings us to step 2. Decide who you really want to become. See, most people live paycheck to paycheck not because they lack income, but because they've unconsciously built their lifestyle to match their earnings. Every raise increases their rent, their car, their dining budget. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's the enemy of long-term freedom. So ask yourself, do you want to look rich or be rich? There's a difference. Looking rich means chasing upgrades, new phone, nicer car, bigger apartment, trendy clothes. But wealth, real wealth, it's quiet. It accumulates in the background. It gives you options, not vanity. Deciding to live like you're broke on purpose while you're building freedom is the most gangster thing you can do. So step 3 is simple but powerful. Set a fake ceiling. Let's say you earn $5,000 a month after taxes. What if you pretended you only made $3,500? That extra $1,500? You never touch it. It goes straight to an account you don't spend from, high-yield savings, debt payoff, investing, whatever's right for you. This instantly turns you into someone who lives below your means. You've created margin, the gap between what you earn and what you spend. And margin is where magic happens. From here, we move on to step 4, automate the gap. Look, willpower is great, but systems are better. Set up an automatic transfer that pulls that money out of your checking account the day after your paycheck hits. Put it into a completely separate bank, ideally one that's harder to access casually. This automation does 2 things. First, it makes saving and breaking the cycle effortless. Second, it removes temptation. When money stays close, it whispers, "Use me." When it's out of sight, it works in silence, growing, compounding, accumulating freedom. Jake did this. After that initial month of tracking, he created a $1,000 monthly fake ceiling and automated it. In a year, he had saved over $12,000. more than he'd managed to scrape together in the previous 5 years combined. But let's bring it to you. Imagine going through the next year and knowing that for the first time, money is flowing toward you, not away from you. Imagine looking at your checking account and not flinching at the end of the month. Imagine watching your savings grow, your debts shrink, your confidence rise. You wouldn't just sleep better, you'd think better, you'd make stronger decisions. You'd stop living in fear of the next bill or emergency. So now, let's talk about spending alignment. Step 5. Align your spending with your values. Most people don't spend based on what makes them truly fulfilled. They spend based on convenience, boredom, or imitation. Someone posts a weekend trip, you suddenly need one. You're stressed. Online shopping calls your name. You're tired. Take out 3 nights this week. But when you begin to see that every dollar you spend either buys your future self more freedom or steals it, things shift. Start asking, will I remember this expense in 3 years? If the answer is no, skip it, or at least pause. When you do spend deeply on what you care about and ruthlessly cut what you don't. Love books? Great. Buy them proudly. Couldn't care less about name brand sneakers? Ditch them. This is how the rich stay rich. Their spending is intentional, strategic, meaningful. At this point, we've covered mindset, savings automation, and value-aligned spending. You're already moving from reactive to proactive, but let's go even deeper. Step 6. Build a small emergency buffer, fast. Before you start investing aggressively or paying off significant debt, your first win is a $1,000 to $2,000 emergency fund. Why? Because nothing derails momentum faster than surprise expenses. Tires blow, dogs get sick, stuff breaks. When those moments happen, and they will, you grab the card, or worse, take out a loan. That puts you right back in the trap. But when you have a buffer, you break the cycle. You're in control. That small stack of cash isn't just security, it's proof to yourself that you can prepare, that you're not winging it anymore, that you're becoming a different kind of person, someone who plans, protects, and builds. Now, some of you may say, but I can't even save right now. I'm barely making ends meet. Look, that's real. And every situation is different. But here's the truth. There are always levers you can pull. Could you review every subscription? Could you renegotiate bills or eliminate debt with high interest rates? Could you side hustle just for 3 months to jumpstart your fund? You don't have to overhaul your life forever. You just need a season where you go hard on creating space. Remember, small shifts repeated over time create seismic results. Your first $1,000 saved will feel harder than your next $10,000. Why? Because you're building muscle, discipline muscle, awareness muscle, confidence muscle. All right, it's time to pause here. Now that you've planted the seeds, the mindset shift, the margin creation, the emergency buffer, what's next? This is where you stop surviving and start building. Step 7. Eliminate high-interest debt strategically. Debt isn't just a burden on your wallet, it's a thief of your future, especially the kind with double-digit interest rates, credit cards, payday loans, buy now, pay later traps. Every month you carry that balance, it quietly robs you of options. And make no mistake, it's quiet but deadly. A $2,000 balance on a 24% card left unchecked can cost you thousands over time. That's money you could have saved, invested, or used to launch a side hustle. So what do? Pick one method, the avalanche or the snowball. Avalanche means you pay off the highest interest rate first. Snowball means you pay off the smallest balance first to build momentum. Whichever system you choose, the key is consistency. Automate your payments, make it non-negotiable. Treat debt like an emergency because it slows your exit from the paycheck hamster wheel. But here's where it gets exciting. Step 8. Build your second income stream. Most millionaires don't have one income stream. They have multiple. And no, you don't need to become a full-time entrepreneur or get 10 rental properties by next year. But one small stream can change your life. Think skill stack. What do you already know that others need? Can you design, write, tutor, coach, resell, or build something? Could you take a few hours on weekends and start bringing in $200? even $500 a month? Jake, the guy we mentioned earlier, started flipping unwanted electronics. He'd source them cheap online, clean them up, resell with better listings. It wasn't glamorous, but by year 2, he had cleared over $10,000 in profit and used it to fully fund his Roth IRA. Every dollar from his second stream went straight to wealth building. Zero lifestyle inflation. That brings us to step 9. Invest early, even if it's small. You don't get wealthy by saving alone. You get wealthy by making your money work while you sleep. Start with broad, low-fee index funds. Use retirement accounts like IRAs or 401ks where possible. And don't wait for perfection. Start with $50 if that's all you have. Here's the math. If you invest $200 per month from age 30, earning a modest 8%, you'll have over $300,000 by 60. Double that to $400 per month, that's over $600,000. Time is the multiplier. Start now, even if it's small. Final step, stay consistent when it gets boring. Escaping paycheck-to-paycheck life isn't flashy. It's not a fireworks show. It's measured, calm, predictable. There'll be moments when you want to give in, splurge, cut corners, copy what others are doing online. But remember this, most people are playing the appearance game. You're playing the freedom game. Stay the course, keep your margins, celebrate small wins, refocus often, track your net worth, find content like this. Surround yourself with people who want financial peace more than they want praise. You're not just getting out of a cycle, you're building a life where money flows your way, where emergencies don't wreck you, where your time belongs to you, not your next check. So here's your final action step. Pick one thing we talked about today and do it tonight, not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. Track your spending, set your fake ceiling, cancel something, open your emergency fund, sell one item online, anything. Because momentum builds when action begins. And if this video gave you that spark, subscribe. Join the quiet wealth movement. We're here to help you win this game, the way real people do it, silently, strategically, for good. You've got this.